Let's ride. Yo. I'm sorry, guys. I've been watching too much post game football after last night because oh my god. Cowboys, y'all did amazing yesterday. I just want to say that right now. The Cowboys did phenomenal yesterday. Anybody who's a Giants fan, I echo your sentiments. I really, really do because y'all's loss today reminded me heavily of the Cowboys lost against the Packers, and I was just like, what the hell? It, that's what it reminded me of. So I echo all the sentiments for anyone who's feeling down about the Giants fans. For anybody who's watching here that's, a fan of football and a fan of the Giants. But that said, Aot No Requiem. We need to talk about this because it has been such a long time. It has been honestly a really, really long time since I've actually talked about AOT Network. I think the last time I talked about this was the live stream discussion I did last year. Because I know I did four. There's four videos. There was AOT Network Part 1, the live stream reaction I did to Part 2, an in-depth reaction, not in-depth reaction, in-depth analysis, and just a general live stream discussion on, the fan ending. And this one's kind of more or less the same thing. This one's more of an in-depth analysis rather than a live reaction because I have read the chapter. I want to make that clear. Like everybody else, I read the chapter when it first came out. But I held off on the chapter because I wanted this to be the first reaction where y'all guys got to see me again. Like, yeah, you've been hearing my voice and everything, but when was the last time y'all actually saw me on stream? It's been a long ass time since I've done that. And the problem with me doing the, on-screen appearance is because, well, even though it's been some time since I've actually moved into the new place, it's been tough. Like, there's been a lot of stuff going on, like IRL for me with my family. Nothing like that's been troubling, but we kind of went through a loss in the family, and it was a tough process. Plus, there was me getting back into work after summer ended, and then the last few weeks I've been out of town. So it's been like one wild roller coaster, like back and forth between me moving, work, dealing with the loss in the family, getting back into work, and then obviously, being out of town. And since I know the team is working long and hard on AOT No Requiem Part 4, I was like, I need to jump on this right now. I need to talk about Part 3 because, I mean, look, they're going to take their time. And I don't want them to rush Part 4 because the time and quality they spent on this content, like, it's not like they're doing this just for business. And I mentioned this in the last stream I did with Jada, the AoE stream, that the reason why they're making this is because, they want the people that were dissatisfied with the ending. They want to, um, there's a terminology for it. They want to feel content with what they wanted with the ending. That's really what it is. It's not about like, oh, we're gonna upstage Isayama because that's still a discussion I don't understand. I I still don't get that to this day. But with that said, let me actually do. It's nothing major. It's just a really, really quick thing I gotta do. I'm gonna move this right over here, and what I'm gonna do is simple. I gotta make sure I actually link this to a few places before, you know, I actually get up and started with the actual breakdown of the chapter. How are you guys doing? Are y'all having a good day? How was y'all's Thanksgiving? Are y'all doing any crazy Black Friday shopping? I don't know how it is right now at this at like the stores and everything, but I can imagine like online, like Amazon and everything. They're just like Amazon's probably going like having a field day right now. Like, yep, people are buying the shit and we're doing good. But stores and everything, like, okay, by now I think it's probably dying down. I might be wrong there. At least where I live. I don't know how it is with everybody where everybody else is at, but you know what I mean. But I hope y'all guys got something good out of it. I really do. Usually I get something, within like the year for Black Friday, but this year I haven't really thought about like what I actually wanted this year. And again, like because my mind's been like in so many different directions, like I've been mentioning that this entire stream so far, it's been it's been hectic. So it's one of those situations where I'll probably save what I'm gonna buy for like Christmas or something, and then maybe potentially for like next Black Friday shop. And I'm pretty sure by next Black Friday shop, I'll have like everything situated. 'Cause like I said, there's I'm still going through some stuff over here in the new house. Hasn't been easy. Let's see if I got the link. Got the link here, and boom. Cool. Now, with that said, I'm pretty sure some of y'all, either when this is finished or if y'all are currently joining me live at the moment, are like, just get to the in-depth reaction or in-depth analysis, G. Just get to it. Stop keeping us in suspense. I know. I mean, anyone who's listening to this, like after it's finished, like y'all are gonna be like, you're like 7 minutes in, and you haven't even gotten to it. Yeah, I know. I'm about to get there. So, share screen. Actually, it's funny. I haven't done this in forever. I used to be like at the top of my game here with this. Let me see. Where it's not the background either. There was a way I used to do this before. And let me think. It's just me right now. See, like I kid you not. Like I was good at this before. Share screen. Yeah, I know. So easier with two monitors. There we go. I got it. Where is right over here? Share the screen, and we go to the best website on the planet. Okay, best website on the planet for this stream. Be more specific here. Aot No Requiem Part 3, and you have this beautiful, beautiful memorial because I do remember when this actually dropped that, or like in the process of the team making this, that they had lost one of their members. And I remember reading this like in loving memory of, and I apologize if I butchered the name. I really do for anyone from the team that's listening to this or watching this. Hubasu. I think that's how you say it, right? Like, please correct me on that if I'm wrong, because I don't want to butcher the names. I really, really don't. And I feel bad for doing that. Born from December 24th, 2004 to December 8th, 2021. My heart goes out. It really does. I dream of painting, then paint my dream. To the boy we love, we wanted to share your story because behind that incredible talent was a young man who, at just the age of 16, was a selfless breadwinner, the reliable older brother of seven siblings. Man, the hero who brought his once broken family back together. Unwielding in the face of cyberbullying, you were a true friend, true, a member of our family, a true king. We dedicate this project in your memory. Your art will forever be immortalized in Aot No Requiem. Thank you for being a part of our journey. Yeah, like no joke. When I see stuff like this, like it really like tugs me in the heartstrings. It really, really does. That's no joke. But that said, so to Hubasu's family, my condolences go out. My condolences go out a lot to you guys. Like it really does. So it's a bit of a moment of silence there for Hubasu, I should say. Okay, now we get to the actual content of the chapter. And we actually start off with what looks like a flashback scene because we got, the trees, it's snowing. And part of me at first was thinking, like, is this a callback to part two? Because by part two, I mean by season two. Because if y'all remember, there was a scene like this where it was snowing and we saw like these tracks or whatnot, but this was like during like the training days. So I was like, I wonder if it's a callback to that, but it's not. Um, we get the title of this chapter, which is Commander, and it's actually kind of fitting too. Once we find out actually what it means, and we see Mikasa running. Like Mikasa's technically been in the project, like in this fan ending for some time, as far as like memories go, but we haven't like exactly seen like Mikasa like in the story itself. And this is like the first full time we're actually seeing her in the AOT No Requiem story. Like she's standing there with the scarf, like just thinking, like I remember this. She's over there. It's cold, like cutting through the Titans. And I gotta say, she's looking super badass too. Mikasa's looking super, super badass. Anyone who thought that, oh, I was just a Mikasa hater, no. You kidding? Like, if y'all go back early on, like when I first did my episode reviews for Attack on Titan, I said Mikasa was a pretty cool character. And I don't know if I said it back then, but I did believe she had a lot of potential. Like especially with this final arc, like this final arc for Mikasa was doing a lot for her. Like it was a matter of her, like distancing yourself from Aaron, like, and the symbol being the scarf on her, like not having the scarf with her, like that really meant a lot. And come the ending, and it's like, huh? Like I honestly think her getting the scarf back shouldn't have happened. That scarf should have been, away. But anyway, you see her taking out the Beast Titan, or at least one of the Beast Titan's incarnations. She's there. She hangs on to one of the tips of the Founding Titan. See Mikasa. Someone's calling out to Mikasa. Mikasa's looking. Focus. Don't get distracted. She's thinking like, Armin, no. Everyone needs you now. Mikasa, are you alright? I'm fine. Where's the Akapi? And we see Falco. Yeah, that's Falco's form. You see this, and again, the level of detail in the artwork here, like as the rumblings happening, we see Falco, we see the Founding Titan, like as it's approaching Fort Salva. We're much closer now. We're running out of time. At this rate, the rumbling will reach the fort within the next 3 hours, maybe less. And this is Levi talking. First full appearance of Levi in the entirety of this story. And Gabby's there too. Now, like I said, if we're excluding the flashbacks, because I know some people want to say we got little shards of them in the last couple parts, but I'm talking like full on Yo, this is it. And, Gabby's there. She's saying, should we fly there and tell them to evacuate? And leave it like, there's nowhere else that's safe for the survivors to go. It's there or under the Colossal's giant stinking feet. Stay calm and keep a level head. None of us three can handle the full might of those titans. Just concentrate on finding any weaknesses we can exploit. We can exploit from up here. And you see, Gabby's got this like unsure look on her face, but then she like starts scoping out. And I want to be perfectly honest here when I say this. Um, I don't think anyone's ever accused me of being a Gabby hater, but in case some of y'all had, I think Gabby's a cool character. But I think where her character arc went, like towards the end, and what I mean by the end, I mean by like say like the last couple, like the last one in particular. Like the last one was like just so super easy for everyone, and I think out of like the Marley crew, besides Reiner, I think Gabby had the most development out of like the cadets and Marley, the new cadets. I mean, but anyway, we just concentrate on finding any weaknesses we can exploit from up here. Just give them a shot. And then she says, Mr. Levi, look! Something strange is happening. And he tells Falco, fly us back around. They're looking around. You see Connie over here, looking super badass, which I something I can't believe I'm saying because, oh, Connie and the time skip, especially when he started bad mouthing Aaron about Sasha, about him laughing. Even though that's a normal reaction from Aaron, because not the first time we've seen him do that. Says a lot. You see Annie over there too. Mikasa coming in, doing her thing, straight up. And then you see, yeah, Annie's kicking ass too. Connie. There's really no need to, or not really, there's really no end to these damn things. No matter how many we kill, they just keep coming. And I gotta say, I remember a lot of people were, I think it was Kay, right? Kay Lionheart, yeah. I think she was making a claim like, oh, I think we'd be kind of a little too hot. And, you know, he's good looking. I'll say this. Y'all definitely made him pretty good looking for sure. But, you know, it is what it is. I think it's nice. You see here, and he's looking over the Akapi. It made it to Bertolt. Great. Now what do we do? The Akapi's right there. You see Mikasa. Just focus on killing that Akapi. Once we save Armin. Yeah, he'll blow this whole place up and then we'll be much closer to winning, right? Piece of cake. And Mikasa starts noticing. And see, this is the thing here, is that we're getting a lot of Mikasa's inner monologue. And as far as the final fight goes, I think that was missing. Outside of 138, we didn't really get a lot of that. So I think that's nice that we're getting, like these inner monologues, like things that actually are consequential to the alliance. Like wait, they're slowing down. Like I like the fact that they're questioning this. See Reiner 2 charging in behind with the Warhammer Titan, Laura's Warhammer Titan there, and Reiner's just like, "What is this?" Turns around, whatever this is, we shouldn't waste it. Peak, Jean, we we can't lose this chance. And you see Jean over there. What's happening? They're just staring at me. What's with them all of a sudden? There's no mistaking it. They're not responding like before. And this is I'm assuming Peak's the one who's what's it called? Thing in this. But on the off chance this is a trap, we'll have better luck if we regroup. And Peak's going into her Titan form. It's the card Titan. Doing all kinds of shit. John, get moving. I can cover you while they're still behaving weird. Hurry. And John's like, right. Something's different. And he's just thinking like, Aaron. Cut back over to Connie and Mikasa and Annie. Connie, how much gas do you have left? Which, thank you. Oh my god. Do you guys know one of the most frustrating things about the final volume was how much gas they had left? Like the amount of plot armor that was in the canon, okay? Look, it's not the fact that the Alliance won, okay? For me, the biggest factor was the point that like we made a whole big deal. Oh shit, we're running out of gas throughout the whole story. And what happens in the final fight? Oh, somehow we have an unlimited supply of gas, even though they should be running out of it. So, thank you for addressing that, Mikasa. Thank you so much. Like, it's little details like this. I think that means a lot for the story. And it's consistency, too. That's the big thing. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And I say that for anyone who wants to be a writer. And Connie says, not much. I'm down to my last few blades. Mikasa looks over at her blades. And you see Connie. Any bright ideas? I'm fresh out. And Mikasa says, we'll keep pushing until we get Armin back. And Connie's like, good. Same page then. But do we have an actual plan? And then we cut over to the panel of Annie, and then she's like, let's just looking around. Whatever this is, it's affecting Bertolt too. And you see Mikasa exchanging a glance at Annie. She's exchanging a glance over at her too. And you get this amazing panel. I just want to say, you get this amazing panel that's like so reminiscent of season one. Like when she's doing the stance with her fists. Like that. See, that's nostalgia done right, in my opinion. Like the stuff you see here is that's great. Like that actually got me. I was like, dude, that takes me back in a big way. Looks over at Bertold, points over him. You see Mikasa, Connie too. Connie, hook onto Annie's hand and brace yourself. We're going to shoot for Bertold. And Connie's like just shocked, like, what? And leave Annie behind. They'll tear her apart. We can't split up now or we'll die for sure. And Mikasa's straight up taking charge and saying, we're going to die anyway if we stay here. Like sitting ducks. Annie has a better chance defending herself if she's not worried about us either. And if anyone's wondering why I'm making these little pauses while I'm talking about this, I'm also drinking water too. Because the last thing y'all want to do, anyone that's streaming, make sure y'all have a glass of water on you or a jug of water because y'all never know. Sometimes you might want to take a pause and be like, drink. But anyway, Connie says, well, true, but fine. Just don't get your ass killed before we do. And then see Annie look over. Looks like our break time is over. See one of the past Titans coming right after her. Yeah, and I gotta say the designs on some of these Titans look amazing. A bit feral, which is nice. It kind of brings back that terror factor back into play too. In some cases. But you see this, see one of them coming through. Annie looking super mad confident, punching through with her fists. Let's see what happens. Someone screams at Annie. I'm assuming that's Mikasa. and she does the kick, the good old fashioned kick that we know Annie does, and then she throws Mikasa and Connie. Get ready, yeah. So they're aiming straight for Bertold, and right as that happens, we cut back to Paths, and I think this is like one of the only occasions we get this page because you see Zeke, you see young Aaron, you see Armin, and then you see present day Aaron. And they're both extreme. They're still like in locked with their approach towards one another. Kind of like with where we ended off part two. But I feel for Aaron. I really do. Poor guy. Like he doesn't want it to come to this, but I mean, look, if it has to be done, it has to be done, man. Like you see this, you see Ymir just like looking over in the corner. And Aaron just takes a step back and he's like, have it your way. Which is a nice like the few panels we get of Aaron and this no, not even a few panels. I think it's just a couple pages, I think. This year. Yeah, 2 pages. These 2 pages, 2.5 pages, I should say. Yeah, he says have it your way. He takes his hand out, which is the thumbnail I have for the stream. He takes his hand out and does it in a way where you see Armin reacting, and Aaron's attention like shifts completely. He's like, all right, fine. If you want it this way, have at it. Because I'm done. And he just bails. Like Aaron's like, all right, no. We had this chance to talk. You didn't want to listen. I'm done. So it's this is actually what was needed. This conversation between Armin and Aaron. Again, compare the shit we had in 139, which was a complete joke. In all honesty, this is what was needed. Was the point to be proven, and the ending showed that too. The canon ending where it was like, yeah, if we just talk about peace, we be friends. Kumbaya, talk no jutsu, we'll be fine. No. End of the day, the outside world gave little to no fucks about parody. And that's a fact. They gave little to no fucks about parody. So, hey, Aaron and Armin had their last chat right over here. And Aaron's just like, fine. If you want to have this approach towards me, bring it on. So he's there. And Armin's just like totally lost. Like, wait, what's going on? Aaron? Aaron, let me out of here. This isn't what we agreed on, Aaron. And Armin's like just super frustrated too. And Zeke says there's no point. No point. And what? Fighting? Should I just sit and build sandcastles like you while everyone around me dies? The situation might look hopeless to you, but I haven't given up. Armin's not talking here. Our allies still have the power to fight. They are out there right now putting their lives on the line. Help me get out of here, Mr. Zeke. You've been here for a long time. Surely you can think of a way think of a way for us to. And Zeke says, you still haven't realized it yet, have you? Aaron lied to you. And now he's abandoned you here. Just like he did to me. Hope the power to fight? None of those things matter in the end. And he's right. He's absolutely right about that. The context of AOT, that does not matter. Perhaps if things were different and I still had control over Ymir, I would have been able to help you. But what good would it do? All you're doing is postponing the inevitable. Like the creature of millennia or Ymir herself. This is just the same deluded arrogance. And I love that from Zeke. I love that line of dialogue. It's the same deluded arrogance. That if we had fight back hard enough or strong enough, and this is while we're seeing the battle still take place with Jean, with Connie, Gabby too. We can change the natural order of our world. But All that does is bring suffering in the end, in the grand scheme of things. See Falco coming in too, Reiner's doing what he can. In the grand scheme of things, who are we to interfere? And because says, Connie, go up. They're getting there. Even from here, it's hot. Thank you. Again, it's little details like this. Like what we have here right now is the battle against, the progenitor of all titans. This should not be a walk in the park like it was shown to us in the canon. What we're seeing here is true struggle. The fact that we're getting little lines of dialogue like this, like, oh, how much gas do we have left? Or like it's hot. Eh, Consistency. It's like I said, consistency, consistency, consistency. Ugh. But y'all see what I mean though. Even from here, it's hot. You can barely see anything. Try not to breathe in the steam. A huge bastard can't do much except this, can he? That's Connie talking. At least it makes for good cover. I can't hold out like this for much longer. Is what Mikasa's thinking. The Akapi. It hit in the mouth. How do we get close? This. Come back to Armin. This is the end. Maybe you're right, Mr. Zeke. I don't have power like Aaron or the founder Ymir. I am no one next to them. I can't look into the past or see into different futures. There are some things that are out of our control, and I can accept that. But even so, I refuse to give up. Let me ask you this, Mr. Z. You say there's no point in interfering because it won't change anything. Well, I've seen people change. And he's thinking back to like Sasha, Niccolo, Onion Capone. There's a few other people here too. I'm not exactly remembering off the top of my head. But I believe that's Hanji in the back. I believe. I've seen enemies learn to accept each other and fight for one another. See all these. The Marley crew. Our allies are fighting together because they believe in the same thing. That everyone has a right to live and find happiness on their own terms. And I will not allow Aaron to take that from them. Like, really sounding like a true commander. Really. So, I'll say this. I'll give some props for Armin for, manning up. I'll give him that. None of us will. Connie's, or not, yeah, Connie and Mikasa are going in. And she tells Connie, cut down the one on the opposite side. Right. That's what the Survey Corps stand for, Mr. Yeager. Mr. Yeager. Well, yeah, he's technically Zeke, so Mr. Yeager, Zeke, same difference, but Mr. Zeke. Be consistent here with the dialogue. We don't just fight for us or the people of this world. We do it on honor of those who have given their lives for this cause. Cause is there. That's why, as their commander, goes back to the chapter title, I will not abandon them. See this nice onslaught approach. Like the tactical approach I see here from everyone is spot on. Super, super spot on. I will not abandon them. Bertolt falls to the ground. There, they did it. And Levi like, "Wait, what do we do? Do we help them?" And Gabby says, "They have to get Armin first before we can get close. Do you see them?" "I can't tell. There's too much steam." "It worked. He's down," is what Connie's saying. Mikasa says, "Connie, on it." There. The Akapi's getting away. And then Annie's there. He's like, No, 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 no. Hail to the no. And I never thought I needed to see Mikasa and Connie team up. And the fact that we're getting that is actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie to that. Getting that, you know, here is nice. The Agape's there. Slice it right, like, again, from one end to the other. Agape's done. He's gone. It spits out Armin. Annie grabs Armin. Mikasa screams Armin. And she's like, "Is he alive?" And as Armin's opening his eyes, like, "I'm back." How? See Zeke. Armin starts coughing up. He's alive. Thank goodness. And then Annie gets out of her Titan form too. Armin, are you all right? Annie, how? What happened? We managed to take down Bertold, and the blast blew all the Titans in the area away. So we got some time. Falco's coming for us now. How are you feeling? Can you still transform? Yeah, but the plan's changed. I'm not transforming here. Huh? Why not? I can explain on the way. How are we on supplies? Not good. I'll be honest. That last stunt cost me. I'm all out of gas. I can still perform a couple times more, but even with Bertolt down, I doubt that'll make much of a difference. Why do you ask, Armin? And what do you mean the plan's changed? Because I found out where Mikasa, Connie, Annie. Falco's got a small window before those Titans come back. And that's Levi shouting too. If you're done sitting on your asses, then it's time to move. Let's see where we are. Falco, dive into the steam. Armin, why aren't you blowing this place to shitty pieces? And you're covered in Titan spit. Disgusting. Sorry, Captain, but the plans changed. We need to head to the front. Can Falco handle it? He's getting really tired. But if we follow the updrafts from the steam, it should make flying easier. Good, because I think I know where both Aaron and Zeke are. How? What changed? When I was taken by the Titan, I lost consciousness. And then I was back in that place, the paths. And Gabby's like, "Wait, that weird place with the sand? What did you see?" "Everything. I think Aaron brought me there for one last time to dissuade us from stopping him." I gotta say, this panel layout looks nice too, with Connie, with Gabby, Armin, Levi, and of course Mikasa. And I know that's Annie there too, standing right next to him. You can't really see it because of the speech bubble. I tried to do what I could, but there's just no reasoning with him anymore. But earlier, the Titans were acting strange. Even if he's trying to stop us, that doesn't mean he wants to hurt us, is what Mikasa's saying. And then you see Armin getting his blade, and he says, "Mikasa, there's no other way. The Aaron we knew is gone." Thank you for coming to that realization, Armin. Thank you for coming to that realization that Aaron has grown up. He's not the same Aaron you knew. And Aaron's like, "I'll keep moving forward until I kill all my enemies." He understands what he has to do now. So props to Armin. I've already made my decision. We can't hesitate. We can't slow down, not even for a moment. Millions of innocent lives will die if we do. And I like what he says to Mikasa. You need to decide what we are going to do, Mikasa. Our goal now is to break through Aaron's last defenses and take him down and Zeke. Take him and Zeke down. Once everyone is clear, I'll be the one to kill Aaron and end this. No one else dies today. No one else needs to die today. And then he just thinks back. And so you ride to your deaths like proud soldiers. As he's like just thinking back on the words that Zeke told him. And you see tears rolling down on Armin's face. You guys heard the commander. Stay focused and watch Falco's hairy ass from getting spread. Yeah, from getting spread at. Even with this cover, we're still very moving. And again, you still see Zeke talking. But see, that's what I mean by idealism amounting to nothing. Because in the end, you still have no clue what's waiting for you. And you still underestimate the monster Aaron has become. Even now, you're still being used by Aaron, just like he uses me. His hand. It was crumbling before, but it's healed. So Aaron is using you? Is he keeping you with him? Is that why you're still alive? And Zeke says, your time is up, Armin. Now it's my turn to ask you. Are you prepared to pay the price your cause will demand from you? He says, are you, Armin Air told, are you prepared? Wait, what's... And that's when he, that's when he wakes back up. Or will it crush you instead like all the others? Yeah, and see, that's when he wakes back up. And you get like the shocked reaction from her when you see Mikasa, you see Levi, Annie, Armin, Gabby, Connie. Good luck, Armin. With this nice double page spread of the last page. And someone's falling. Now, my thing is that Jean? That's the question I have here. Is that Jean? Because if it is Jean, he's the only. Okay, there's a few people I know that aren't there. There's Jean and there's Peak. I'm assuming that's Jean. Which, if it is, oh my god, we got our first casualty here with the Founding Titan. And no, I do not mean Hanji or Magath. No, because those two happened prior to this fight. Who we're seeing right now is the first casualty. So if this is in fact Jean, oh my god, man, shit's gonna hurt. That shit's gonna hurt because I'll be honest, Jean was my boy. Like right behind Reiner, right behind Aaron, Jean was up there. Jean was seriously up there, especially in terms of ideology too, because he's the one person who didn't really have anything to say to Aaron. If you really think about it. Like I said, I think for sure that this could be Jean. Could be Peak too, but I'm 100% sure it's Jean. But wow, what a roller coaster! Like the team behind Aot No Requiem, I still, y'all did an incredible job here. As always, part 1 and part 2. And art just gets better and better and better. And I know y'all say y'all want to make some improvements on, on part 1. And maybe y'all will do some improvements here too. And I'm gonna say this right now: when this is all finished, when y'all like do all the improvements too, especially in part one, because part one was still pretty good. I love the artwork there, but when you compare the artwork in part one to part two and part three, especially part three, man, like it's top tier artwork. And again, with a chapter that had little to no focus on, like I can't say little to no focus on Aaron because Aaron was there for like a few pages, but this is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean by what was missing. Like the tensity, the drama, like the suspense was missing from this fight in the canon story. Here we're getting that. We're getting little callbacks like how much gas do you have left? Or like, the steam, the heat. All of that was absent. So I like that we're getting that here. I really do. And I love the team tactics we got here. Like the fact that it was all a group effort. Taking down Bertold, trying to free Armin. And again, seeming like we got our first casualty too. I mean, time will tell when part four drops, but hey, if this is our first casualty, then shit. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the chapter. Overall, let's see here. Aot No Requiem. To be continued. Yep, there's nothing else after this. So, pure perfection. Pure perfection. Pure perfection for Aot No Requiem Part 3. Now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to get back to the comments. Because in case y'all have said anything, which I don't think y'all have, I'm a bit curious. I honestly am like just really super curious where we're gonna go with part four, what it could mean. Because like I said, we could go in any direction right now. And I'm liking this. I really, really am liking this. I don't really think I've got a lot to talk about outside of this because there's not really, I mean, again, part three's been out for a while. But I will say, this has been one hell of an experience. From the start of the project, part two, part three, like to Somnu, to K, to Omen, like the whole team, incredible job. Like even though with the tragedy that happened with Ubasta and like y'all mourning for losing him, like it's tough going through loss, and I've experienced loss in my life like multiple times, so it it really does mean a lot. It really, really does. And I've often always told y'all guys, because y'all have always like I know we're always kind of falling back on like when we're gonna get the chapter done. Take as much time as y'all need. Honest to God, take as much time as y'all need to release each part. You don't want to rush it because true art, true craftsmanship, they take time, and once it's ready, people will see what you've made, and I can see that as a fan of Attack on Titan, as a fan of this project, I can see that through and through. But with that being said, you guys, that's pretty much all I have to say on this live stream breakdown analysis of Attack on Titan No Requiem Part 3, Andy No Requiem Part 3. Let me know what you guys thoughts were on the chapter. Again, if I could nitpick, I could say, yeah, I do wish we got to see more of Aaron. But I think the little bits of Aaron we got in this part, I think we're good. I think it was really good that we got because the last two parts were really Aaron focused. So I do like that we don't really get a lot of Aaron in this particular installment of Aot No Requiem. And I say that as a huge Aaron fan. I do. But with that said, you guys, that's pretty much all I got to say. Let me know what you guys thoughts were on Aot No Requiem Part 3. What are y'all looking forward to in part 4? And who do y'all think is gonna be the next casualty? Do y'all guys think the one who bit the bucket is Sean? And aside from that, you guys, that's pretty much it. I'm Look at You 7. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Attack on Titan, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.